This is Iris at the Polyform Products Design Center, and today we're going to show you how to make a fantastic fit pair of flower embellished flip-flops from your dull flip-flops that you have right in your closet. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 275 degrees using an oven thermometer. That way you're assured of having the proper temperature. The next thing you want to do is take the two colors that we're going to be using, candy pink and cadmium yellow, and you're going to condition and mix them in a clay conditioning machine. Once you've done that, you're going to wind up with a rich coral color. Seems unbelievable, doesn't it? You'll be amazed. And we're going to be constructing the base on which to make the flower. One thing I want to explain to you is that the flower is put on the flip-flops further up than right at the center point here. And the reason for that is if the flower were put here, it would cover up all your toes. And when it's put a little further back, it just lays a lot nicer. Okay, so we're going to be creating the base for the flower. And the first thing we need to do is to create a little bar like this. So we're going to take our clay, we're going to roll it out. That's about right. It's going to be about 4 inches long and a ½ inch thick. We're going to cut it in half. And then we're going to take our needle tool and we're going to make a hole at each end. And I made the hole quite large only because this is what we're going to use to tie the base onto our flip-flop. Okay, so we have that. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the center part of the flower. Beautiful, just like that. I'm going to take a ½ inch ball, just roll it up. We're going to cut it in half. And we're going to flatten it out into a shape just so we can cover up the center of our flower. Just like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some hot fix crystals, and we're going to put it on the center of the flower. The hot fix crystals will go right on, and you don't have to worry about gluing them. During the baking process, they get settled in there and they're on permanently. Okay, so we're going to take our 2 bases and 2 flower centers and we're going to bake them in the oven. We're going to bake them at 275 for about 20 minutes. When they come out, we're going to have a center like this. Actually, we're going to have 2 centers like this and we're going to have 2 bases. From now on, I'm going to be talking about making 1 flower, and you're just going to have to double everything. Okay, we're going to take our base bar, and we're going to take a ½ inch ball of clay, and we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to add it onto the sides here, just so we have a sturdy base for our flower. Okay, once we have that done, we're going to take some liquid Sculpey. And we're going to put it over the top of the entire base. Just rub it out with your fingers, nice thin spot here. Now we're going to take some clay and roll it out on a number 5 on the clay conditioning machine. And I'm using a football shaped cookie cutter to cut the leaves for the flower out. If you don't have a cookie cutter this size, you'll be able to use the template that's going to be on our website right alongside of the video. We're going to cut out 10 flowers, 5 for each side. Okay, I'm just going to take one and show you what we're going to do with it here. Okay, once we cut out the flower, we're just going to squeeze the bottom just like that. And we're going to add it onto our base. Do the same thing with the next one. And we're going to do this until we have 5 flowers all around. And you can put them in varying heights and positions just so they look a little bit more natural. Okay, you get the idea here. Now, if you want, you can bake the base and the 5 large petals right now if you feel that you're going to mess up the petals when you're working on the smaller petals. If not, you continue on by making the smaller petals. And the way you do that is cut out a large petal. This play out. And then you cut the small petals just by going like that. There's one, and there's the other. And then you're going to take the small petals and put them right on top of the large petals. Once you have all your petals on your flower, you're going to take a little extra liquid Sculpey, and you're going to add it to the top of the small flowers, and you're going to put your already baked center on the flower. Now pop everything in the oven for 20 minutes at 275. Once your flower comes out of the oven and it's all cooled, you're going to want to take a beading needle. It's really hard to see. Looks like a piece of thread itself. And you take a piece of yarn that pretty closely matches your flower. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be underneath. And remember those holes that you made at the beginning? You're going to just put your yarn through them. I could have done that in 2 pieces, but I didn't want to have to thread the needle twice. Okay, now you're going to take your needle off. It's so thin. And then all you're going to do is tie your flower on the 2 straps. And you're good to go. Have fun making and wearing these flip-flops, and just know that you can do them in any color that your little heart desires. Have fun!